Low-level one-upping destroys solid foundations for you to stand on between you and others because it causes paranoia and mistrust. When those who seem to be in your corner are constantly trying to one-up you, it's devastating because you're like, oh no, not this again. Once you think you found someone normal, and nobody's normal, you know, but once you think you found someone that is cool, that's not going to be playing the games that people are playing with you, once you see that that person is playing the game, it's like you start to lose trust for humanity. You start to, and this isn't to be bleak, this isn't to be negative, all right? But it's like you have to watch out for you. If no one, if no one's, if you're not going to watch out for you, then no one will. So when people are trying to do those one-uppers, it's it's devastating. All right, it's a devastating blow to know that someone is trying to be that petty. And if they'll stoop to that level to where they feel they need to one up you, it's like, what else might this person possibly have under their sleeve? And you don't want those around you who are one upping you, because it's going to constantly leave you feeling like you're not doing enough, or you're not good enough, or this person is competing against you. And these are the type of energies that you don't want to pick up from someone that you're cool with, someone that you consider a really good person in your life. All right, so it's good when you find people that don't do this, but when people will one up you, it's dangerous. All right, like when you have people who are in your family do this, or you have close relatives or friends do this, or people who at your job do this, it causes you to feel paranoid, and it makes you unable to trust people, because as soon as you think you getting good with someone, you slowly but surely see a spirit come up out of them that is causing them to want to one up you. And most people can't really be happy for another person's accomplishments or achievements, and it's causing people to it causes people to want to one up you. All right, it causes someone to have to outdo you or be better or find a way to win against you in their mind. And when people let you know this, it's detrimental to whatever is between you and them. All right, whether you're cool with them, whether you do business with them, whether this is someone that you're related to, it pretty much puts a barrier between you and them, to where it's like you have to be on defense mode and protect yourself constantly in this person's presence. And no one wants to feel that they have to constantly defend themselves around someone. That's, it's like, I don't want to go to war with you. I don't want to I don't want to have this issue with you. And it's like, when this is someone that you like to be around, it makes it difficult, because at this point you're no longer going to like doing that, because of the type of energy that this brings. All right, you don't want to constantly have someone every time. You like, it's like ladies, you go out to a club and you're like, yeah, I just met this cool dude today, I was talking to him and we really hit it off and had a good conversation. And then you have this lady friend of yours, ladies, and she's like, oh well, I met someone today and they were cooler and we had a greater conversation. Having it like that will make a person's head explode, having to deal with that all the damn time. And normal people, I'm not trying to say normal like people got something wrong with them, but people who there are people out here who do not act like that, and there are people out here who do not have to do that. All right, that one upping, having to one up a person, is a sign that a person is dealing with a certain level of toxicity, and this person has to be made aware of this, that they're acting this way. And you may try to make them aware of it, because it's damaging your friendship with them, or damaging the relationship between you and your loved ones, or damaging the camaraderie between you and your employees. because you try to have at least some type of level of respect established between you and the people that you interact with. But some people make that extremely difficult. All right, some people make that extremely difficult for you to do because they're always constantly trying to one up you. And like that can be devastating to a person who thinks that they have some people in their corner. All right, especially TIs. All right, people who are constantly having to deal with relocating, meeting new people, having to go from job to job. All right, thinking that you finally found someone that is on a certain level, and they show you that they're not. It can be damaging to a person's psyche. All right, because it'll make you think that there's no one left. All right, it'll make you think that you're paranoid. It'll make you think that it will destroy your trust for people. All right, you won't trust people. You'll have mistrust. And you have to have a certain level of trust for people. So when you can find people who you can have a certain level of trust for, it truly is a blessing, and it's a powerful, amazing thing when you can find people out there that don't behave in a toxic way. All right, and everybody has a level of toxicity within them that they need to curtail and work on, so that way when they get around others, it's doable for that person to be around you. But when people are constantly doing things like trying to, what, the sun is pink, trying to one, I was trying to get it on the video, trying to one up you and things like that, it just like a real person, like it makes the hair on the back of their neck stand up. It's like, ah, man. It's like, it's like a pet peeve of mine personally. I personally can't stand it, but the people do what they do, and you just have to accept this as a human characteristic, a human trait. There are people that you'd feel the need to one up others, and it may be because of something that they're dealing with internally. All right, I wouldn't take this to heart. I wouldn't personalize this. This is just something for you to determine whether you want this energy around you or not. But one upping is toxic, and it causes people to not trust anyone. All right, and once you have enough people who try to one up you, and that's all you see out in life with other people and their interaction with you, for the most part, it makes it difficult for a person to even want to deal with people. All right, these are the types of things that push you away from others and make you not want anyone around you, because you may have to constantly keep dealing with something that you don't want to. And this is something that no one wants to deal with. No one wants to be out trying to have a good time, and you're trying to talk to someone about your life, your day, what's going on in your world, and here they come with the one upper. You had a really great day today, man. My job went well. My business is going good. Yo, what's going on with you, man? What's up? Oh, well, my business is going better, and we closed $1 million today, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, whoa, man. It's like, yo, what's up with the energy behind what's up with the energy behind your words, my friend? I'm not coming at you like that. I thought it was all love. I thought we was cool. I'm not coming at you like that. But you'll have people who will try to one up you, and it is extremely toxic. All right. This is why it's good to keep things to yourself, away from people who you feel have a certain level of toxicity, because they will begin to one up you, and then it will just make it extremely difficult, and there's probably nothing that can be salvaged from there if this person is going to continue to act like this. All right. People, this is one of those things that people go no contact over. When it comes to, some of you have told me your relatives act like this. All right, some of us know people who act like this in our family. Some of us, we're friends with people like this, and no longer friends with people like this, because this is the type of energy that makes a person just want to go about their way silently. All right, so these kinds of spirits that are on people is something that can usually be worked on. All right, if they actually care about their self-improvement, or the type of life they live, or the type of person that they are. Because a real person who is brought to light about something, they're going to want to work on it. But you have to keep it real with them and let them know that that's what they're doing, and it is something that should be stopped. All right, and if they don't see that they're doing it, if they're unaware of it, that's one thing. If they're gaslighting you, that's another thing. But if a person is gaslighting you about it, more than likely they're going to be sarcastic about it, like, probably a little extra about it. or they're just probably going to be kind of short, but you'll most likely be able to tell if a person is lying to you, and you'll be able to sniff that BS from around the corner. So it's difficult when you have people that will try to one up you. It's like, here you are just trying to be a good person and just trying to be around your peoples, and they come with this type of energy, which makes it kind of difficult, because you're not expecting it. You don't expect people to constantly have to outdo you, or have something that makes you feel like they're better. All right, like, why are we trying to be better than each other? Why can't you be great and everybody else be great too? But that's not the way it is. We all know that. And in all life, and in life, there's all forms of competition, and toxic one-upping is one of them. All right, so it's something that you don't want to do yourself. All right, you don't want to be a toxic one-upper. Be able to appreciate other people's accomplishments. If someone tells you something good about themselves, be like, wow, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. That's amazing. And keep it moving from there. All right. And there's a difference between sharing accomplishments and sharing greatness versus toxic one-upping. All right. Oh wow, yeah, that happened to you. Cool. Yeah, I'm doing very well too. I have a lot of good things going on in my life also. I'm really glad to hear things are working out for you. That's what's up. Versus someone just blatantly outright just saying something to be better than what you said and what you're doing. It's like they're trying to steal your thunder and sweep the rug from underneath your feet. They want you to feel some type of way about what they said. And if a person is moving like that, it makes you not trust them, because it's like what they're saying is making you feel less than. And when people do things to make you feel lesser than what you're trying to experience your life as, it makes you look at them a certain kind of way, like kind of sideways. It makes you kind of look at them like, man, I can't take too much more of this. So you'll have to find people that don't behave this way, and you'll have to find people who are true to themselves, that know better, or you'll have to bring it to a person's attention, so that way they could work on themselves, and that way they could grow from this type of personality and heal. And none of us are perfect, but that's why it's good to work on yourself. That's why it's good to know yourself, to know what type of person you are. This is why it's good to be alone, so that way you could have downloads. And it's also good to self-reflect, so that way at the end of the day you could see what you did, what type of person you were, how it affected the people around you. It's very good to do that. All right, it's very good to self-reflect, so that way you could work on yourself and change things. Anything that I don't like about myself, as I go through the day, at the end of the day, when I check off my list, and I look at how I was to other people, or how I reacted to things, or how I responded, rather, or how I just dealt with life in general, I tally it up, and I make sure that I anything that I don't like, I make sure that I eradicate it. So you want to eradicate the things that you don't like about yourself, so that way you're not living in your own toxic funk, and being a detriment to yourself or others. All right, and it's just self-care. It's just making sure that you're looking at things properly, dealing with things properly, handling things properly within your own life, so that way you don't meet life with a toxic spirit or a toxic attitude. All right, but like I said, you have to care. You have to be someone that is you have to be someone that cares about how they interact with others, and the type of mark that they leave on another person. And I know most people don't care. They're like, I don't give a damn what people think about me. And you shouldn't care what people think about you, but you don't want to go around being a-hole. All right, you don't want to go around being a jerk to people. All right, because that's not going to leave a good lasting impression. People aren't going to like you, and more importantly, you may not even like yourself. And most people that are miserable, all right, most people that are miserable before they don't like you, guess who they have to not like? They self. All right, so when a person doesn't like other people, the first person that they dislike when they wake up in the morning, who you think it is YOU, is themselves. All right, so people that are going around doing this, they have a certain level of self-hatred that they have to correct. And having self-hatred, everybody does, but people who are tired of it, they do something about it. People who don't want to hate themselves anymore, they do something about it. And some people don't know. You know, that's why videos like this are important. Some people don't know that, hey, you don't have to hate yourself. All right, you don't. You don't have to hate who you are, but you can change who you are and love who you are and like who you are and appreciate who you are. So that way you'll feel different when you're amongst other people. All right. You may not be perfect. You may not be your ideal version just yet, or things may not be going how you exactly want them to. But if you can find a safe space in your mind to be able to be around other people and be positive, that's a plus. It's a plus for you and them. All right. And I'm not trying to say like, oh, people have to act how we want them to, or if people don't act perfect around you, then they're no good, or like, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is those things that people say that like make your head hurt, those things that people say that, you know, make you doubt yourself or question your reality. It's another form of gaslighting. All right. And gaslighting isn't healthy. All right. And it doesn't create a healthy relationship built on the foundations of gaslighting. All right, if somebody's trying to build a healthy foundation or build a healthy friendship or build a healthy link between you and them, then how they deal with you is going to play a major role in that. And when people are doing the toxic one-upping thing, anything you can do, I can do better. I got to be better than you. It for people who don't, you know, compete, people who aren't in that lane, then it's like, yo, you're driving them insane. Or you're making a person not want to you're making the person not be able to be around you for too long. All right. And that's why certain people you have to distance yourself from, and you have to stay away from them until you don't see this spirit anymore. All right. Toxic one-upping makes you paranoid, makes you think that people are out to get you. These are the, like, when people do things like this, they'll call a person like, people will call you paranoid for thinking that, you know what, for like picking up on certain things and calling people out on certain things. But like, there are a lot of things that happen to us before we get around people, and we, you know, get to being a little paranoid maybe, or being a little over analytical when it comes to things. But it's like, it's only for our own good. All right, it's only to protect us. But once we get around, you know, some people that behave right, they'll just have to work with you, and they'll have to want to work with you, because when a person has had this type of torture used on them, it usually takes a while for them to get their mind right in terms of being able to trust people. All right, because it makes it hard to trust people when people gaslight you and do things like trying to one up you. All right, imagine this happening to you your whole life. And if you're watching this video up to this point, it probably has. All right, you probably noticed a lot of people that couldn't just take you for who you were, and people would have to try to one up or outdo or be better or shine harder, or, you know, make it known that, you know, they're really getting it, or make it known that, you know, they're really doing their thing. And it's like, how come you can't do your thing without making it known to somebody else? There are people out there that do their thing and have a good time doing it without anybody having to know. All right. Anytime, any place, I don't care who's around. There are people who can enjoy themselves anytime, any place. They don't care who's around. All right. There are people who can enjoy themselves anytime, any place, and they don't care who's around. And you watching this video, I know you're one of those people. You don't care who's around. You gonna stop, drop, and enjoy yourself. Stop, drop. You know, you're gonna enjoy yourself. All right. You are going to enjoy yourself, as you should, as you're supposed to, away from these toxic one-upping types of mentalities. All right. And I pray that you don't encounter any spirits like this, and anybody who has any spirits like this on them, I pray that God remove it off of them, so that way they could see the light and see that, you know, there's no need for having to one up a person. We can all shine, we can all win, we can all be great. Only thing that's stopping people is that mindset, because God puts enough out here for all of us. You see the birds, they may have their little scuffle for some territory, but, you know, once they soar and fly and look with their eye, they could see another tree. You know, they could see another nest. They see another space for them. So it's like, there's enough out there for everyone to have their own. You know, people don't have to feel some type of way about someone else's success. All right. And sometimes you might have to pull yourself back from that. All right, let me calm down and chill out. There's enough to go around. I don't have to feel this way towards other people winning. I don't have to feel this way towards other people doing their thing. But sometimes you may end up feeling like that when people are rubbing things in your face. All right, it's called forced jealousy. So that's another thing that toxic one-upping does, because a person is constantly letting you know about their achievements and their accomplishments. Otherwise, if you didn't know, you would just go about your day and feeling how you feel. But what this really does, it turns you into a super appreciator. All right, it turns you into a super appreciator, someone who doesn't have any hate in them, because you had to work through all the forced hate that people tried to make you have about their good and their accomplishments and all the things that they've completed and achieved. So it's like you pretty much are just immune to people's one-upping. It's toxic, it's annoying, but after a while you just grow immune to it, because it's like, how many things can people throw in your face before you actually just stop giving a damn? How many things can people throw in your face before you actually just stop giving a whole entire beaver damn? How much wood could a woodchuck could if a what wood? I don't know. All right, I tried to do it. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? All right, but it's got to stop out here, people. The manipulation tactics are no good. People are waking up to them. All right, people are studying. People are watching videos like these. People are subscribing to channels like these, hitting the like button, hitting the share button. Watching the live streams, hitting the notification bell. People commenting down below. People are participating in, their awakening. People are tired of those around them taking advantage of them, tired of those around them making them feel like they're crazy because they're able to see something and pinpoint something. So if some paranoia comes along with that, and you might ask a question, unnecessarily, but find out you're wrong, hey, at least you weren't right. Don't blame yourself for being wrong. At least when it comes to being paranoid, at least you weren't right. Hey, are you doing this to me? No. Okay. Well, at least I wasn't right. And luckily there are people out there who have been through things themselves, so they can deal with you on a level of self-respect and a level of kindness and a level of peace and a level of understanding. So thank God for that. All right, sorry, side of my face is but we doing this video right now. I apologize. You just listen to me. Just listen. All right. But you know, it's never easy. But like I said, you'll find people who do not do this. All right, you'll find people who can work with you and what you're going through. All right, maybe you're going through some stages of paranoia because people always were playing with your mind. Some of us are so fly that this is normal to us. What are you talking about? That's life. What are you talking about? That's my experience. I see people in the comments all the time. They're like, yo, that's my story. And I like seeing that. I like being able to connect with people who have dealt with similar things. So it's never easy being someone who's one-upped all the time, having to process through other people's unresolved inner conflict. It's not easy, especially when you're an empath, someone that people try to someone that people can sense the energy on them, and will try to steal it from you in unknown ways, which has landed on me. Okay, I was just making sure. I thought something landed on me. um But you just gotta keep your head up. The right people will come into your life for the right reasons, and everything will go as it's supposed to. But you have to enjoy the journey. You have to enjoy the ride. Don't try to rush through any experiences. Don't try to rush through any negative things that you're experiencing or going through. All it's going to do is build you into a better person and make your character even stronger, make you a stronger person, make you a better person, make you a more understanding person, make you be more empathetic, and allow yourself to put yourself in other people's shoes more. And that's a positive thing. So if it's like, if you can bring a positive out of the negative, that's always a plus. All right, so that's what the negative energy always did for people like us. you know so it's hard not trusting people. It's hard always thinking somebody is saying something or doing something or being some type of way toward you I know it's not easy to have to deal with a mind like that, but you have to think about all the things that cause people to think like that. And there are people who have done things to make you feel that way and cause that type of paranoia, or try to, make you worried or mistrust people, or make you have to raise your eyebrow every time somebody says something to you because you think it might be aimed towards you. So it's like there are people actually aiming things towards you, and then there are those that you, when you get around them, from all the experiences and encounters that you've had like this, you kind of have to dial it back and tone it down a bit, and unwind a little bit for you to be able to have a normal experience with you and whoever you're trying to have it with. So I'd like to thank you for watching my video. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one. Keep working towards your level of perfection. Peace.